Oh, brother, you're telling me that out of all the gods that you could possibly play, in Kratos and Atreus, you're not going to run Hazaret Godseeker? It's God with haste.
Welcome to the MoxStars podcast. I am Menace,
One of your hosts, and I'm here with Rampage.
Oh yeah, the MoxStars podcast, 23 flavors.
Hell yeah, brother. We're here to sell Magic cards, Dr. Pepper, and all the above to you. 23 flavors of Nectar of the Gods.
if you'd like to support the show, you can find us by hitting that like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. You can also find us on all podcasting platforms where you can leave us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool. You can also support us on Patreon by becoming an official Pepperhead for $3 a month. You can become an official Pepperhead, support the show, and have your name turned Dr. Pepper Red on the Discord server. Welcome to the show, everybody. The number one show on the internet for Magic the Gathering and Dr. Pepper. We're a little unhinged today.
That took a couple turns. Yeah, we went like redneck country salesman. We dipped into like Macho Man Randy Savage, and then we went to the dietary supplement. It was a roller coaster. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and I hope you are, dear listener, as well, because today we're talking, one, about reaching our 600 subscriber!
If you know anything about the algorithm, that means we hit 1,000. It's 1,000 subscribers now.
We'll be to 1,000 in no time.
We'll be to 1,000 in no time. Once you hit the 600, I just completely made this up a long time ago, but once you hit 600, you go to 1,000. It's just a known fact. So,
True.
Yeah, we're there. We hit 600. Thank you all for the support. You're all awesome, including all of our Pepperhead supporters, like Gabe, Mac Oyen, Definitely Jeremy, Mono Greg, Reven Lift, UWP Quirt, Will Rule, Pool by Barry, maybe Anthony, Ryan G, and Adam. Gosh, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the show.
Thank you.
It's been a super long road, but we got there. We hit it. Soon, YouTube will be hitting us up, ready to monetize. We'll be growing faster than ever. And that's it. That's the whole shebang. Yeah, we did it.
The 1 million subscriber plaque, I think, is just going to go right here. I think it'll be a good spot for it. We'll see you at the top, buddy.
I mean, we will have Don Cheadle on this show. Now that we've reached this milestone, there's a decent chance we get the ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage, Don Cheadle, and the Dr. Pepper Man on this show. It's just a matter of time now. But in other news, Magic the Gathering news, there's a bit of a lull right now in content. There's not a lot going on out there. There's not a lot of releases happening. We're waiting. We're sitting here waiting for Lorwyn spoilers to start happening so we can talk about new things. We've seen everything that Avatar has to offer. We're still seeing a few new things pop up here and there. Like I saw this morning a crazy video by Swayze. It was rabbit bending, and he was taking Heir Apparent with the Airbender's Ascension, and then just flickering like the Heir Apparent over and over again with Exalted Sunborn, which by the way, the warp mechanic in tandem with the Airbender Ascension is insane. Halia, Exalted Sunborn, the Starfield Shepherd, like there's so much card advantage and then they enter for super cheap. They add a counter to the Ascension and then go away. But at the end step, if you have 4 counters, you just get to flicker it before the warp trigger goes off. So you just get to keep it for free. So it's a really cool deck. Obviously we're still we're seeing some new things, but now we're just waiting for the new Evoke stuff in combination with Airbender Ascension. So yeah. I
just want to say the lull.
Yes,
it's okay.
It's peaceful.
We don't need to be overwhelmed with Magic content at all times, at all parts of the year. I feel like I got like catch up to do, right? We've just been like racing and running, not racing like either drift, but like there's been so many releases and trying to stay on top of stuff. And like a buddy of mine pulled a Soulstone, and I'm like, I forgot all about it.
That was like a year ago.
Hyped were we for the Soul Stone, and now it's just like, oh man, that wasn't that long ago. So we gotta, I think, take some time, appreciate what we've gotten this year, and really like restructure decks, make sure they're all pretty and tight, and make sure they're working, and we're incorporating these cards. It's a good thing. We can take some time to reflect.
Yeah, I mean the Soulstone's no Badgermole Cub, but it's like if that is where your head's at, right? There's something wrong with the cycle of that. Like this is a good time. It's a good time to take a deep breath. Actually, focus on the holidays. Enjoy time with your families. It's that time of year. I don't know if you knew that the year you blinked and the year went by. It's December. Yep. Hello. But that being said, time passing and how quickly it goes with all these new cards coming in, it proposed a question we wanted to talk about last week, oft forgotten cards. And I feel like there's an oft forgotten effect that really does go under the radar a lot of the time. And that is Cursed Totem. It is the Cursed Totem effect that we wanted to bring up and talk about because, well, how many decks out there are now just completely functioning off of creature abilities? Like it's how you get ahead. Like Badgermole Cub be damned. Like this does shut it down, but it's one of those things where it's like this effect, the creature's abilities continue to become more and more powerful and more efficient as time goes on. So I wanted to just propose this as a conversation of like, how good is Cursed Totem right now?
Yeah. So if you look, assuming we're speaking cEDH, you have Kinnan.
Activated ability.
Everything Thrasios is doing gets turned off by this. Say it again.
Activated ability.
Yeah. Yeah. You get infinite mana what? And then what?
Yeah.
Sisse?
Activated ability.
In the command zone. Ironically, Vivi.
Activated ability.
So, the tutor ability of a Magda.
Activated ability.
The surveil of Glarb. Like you name it. There's a top deck with a card in it that kind of gets hosed by this. And I'm just listing commanders right now.
Yeah, I think so. What I did while you were listing commanders is I went to EDH Top 16 and I just went ahead and it's on the homepage and let's take a look. This is sorted. The default setting is sorted by popularity within the last 6 months, minimum 20 entries at tournaments, 60 players or more. So Blue Farm is the most popular deck. That ain't going to change. Right? Kinnan, number 2. Hello, activated ability. Thrasios, number 3. Hello, activated ability. Thrasios, number 4. Rog Sai, not activated. Totally fine. Sisse, hello, number 6. Activated ability. Itali, Kefka, has an activated ability, but it doesn't matter. Also Itali, activated ability, but that doesn't matter. Vivi, right behind Kefka. So we're looking at now number 9. Ral, no activated ability. And so that's 10. 11 is Magda. And then we go down. And then here at 13, we have Thrasios again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 7 to 14, half 50% of the top, let's take it to 16. All right. There you go. There you have it. 8. It's 8 of the top 16. So 50% of the top decks have activated abilities. Seems like Cursed Totem would have a pretty substantial impact on the game if you were to land it. So yeah, pretty crazy. Also surprising, the presence of green. That's
sure.
Yeah. Green was often considered the worst color in cEDH for, I don't know, probably the last 2 or 3 years, but now it's pretty much at the top. Obviously you have Sans Green, Blue Farm, that's always going to be there, but Kinnan, and then the Thrasios. I'm so shocked. Thrasios is just ever present. Always going to be. So not only do... Oh, go ahead.
Any way you make infinite mana, you combine a Thrasios. You can make a Thrasios deck. Great. Now you have an outlet in the command zone for your whole deck in your hand. Whatever you want to do past that, it's up to you.
Yeah. It's... So not only does Curse Totem exist, right? There are a few other cards with the effect on it. So you don't... This is colorless. It's an artifact. It's 2 mana. It's the lowest to the floor it gets. But you can find additional benefits in other cards, like Linvala. Linvala is not the original, because Curse Totem was the original, but Linvala, Keeper of Silence, is a 4 mana, 2/2 white, 3/4 flying angel that says activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. So this is the first time that they printed it as a one-sided effect. Not universal, but you can still do it. Your opponents, they cannot. And then there's also like added versatility of being able to reanimate this, or being able to birthing pod this out, or, blah, 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 this, that, all the other things. So Linvala, criminally underplayed? Maybe?
I definitely been hosed by a time or two. It's not something you like prepare for. It's not super common, but once it's out there, you look down and you're like, damn, my whole strategy.
Yeah.
Out the window.
Okay. So let's say, Curse Totem, right? Curse Totem is obviously we're the number one Taeyon podcast on the internet. Okay.
Yep.
Activated abilities are kind of our thing. This obviously shuts us down. So does Curse Totem. So do all these effects. Now, the presence of artifacts and enchantments is always, it's always going to be there. They always land. It's how the best decks build their presence throughout the beginning, like the beginning stages of the game. So how much more interaction should we be running for artifacts and enchantments?
You've put me on to Aura Mutation as of recent. I think more targeted artifact and enchantment removal is warranted. I'm clearly speaking from a green player's brain, but like if Nature Claim isn't in your deck, why are we playing the deck? You need some sort of like way to not just lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lose the one card. Like even though like Curse Totem is really good, right? There are still tons of ways to get around it, and like in Thrasios, because Thrasios are good stuff piles. There are alternate win cons, things to work around it, and they play plenty of removal. Like you have access to Chain of Vapor, and a lot of decks that are Sans Blue, you don't have the same access to those things, and so your slots are actually a little bit less efficient. Like I play Force of Vigor in a lot of my Naya decks, where I wish I could play something that's a little bit more versatile and doesn't cost me so much card advantage, but hey, at instant speed, the cost of a card to not lose is usually worth it.
Yeah.
But there's one other card that carries this same effect, and I think this is actually the best version of it, and it doesn't get as much attention as it should, and that is Drana in Linvala. So Drana in Linvala is from Aftermath. It's 1/2 white and a black, and it's a vampire angel, so additional creature typing that could benefit you in some ways. And it says, obviously color restriction being a big thing, but it says it's a 3/4 flying vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control cannot be activated. Drana and Linvala have all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. Oh, seems good.
Yeah, it seems good. The best case I've seen for this was in a Hashaton list. The Esper discard a thing, make a copy.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to pay the mana for it. It's super pip intensive, which is a big downside for it. But just getting a token copy of this, it's a 4/4.
It's less mana intensive, it's less pip intensive, and you actually improve its stats slightly. So yeah, it becomes a 4/4 flying vigilance instead of just a 3/4. That's actually probably the best case for it. Why is no one playing Hashaton?
I don't know. We hit this spike of hype upon release, and then after that, everyone's just like, I'm over this.
It's too much juggling. It's too much showmanship. It's too much time.
I'm I'm going back to my Tivit pile. That's where it's safe and comfy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, well, yeah, Hashton, once everyone figured out where to poke their finger or just, here's the thing. Why don't players kill Kinnan with the same enthusiasm that they kill Hashaton with? Like, it's ridiculous how often Kinnan lives. All right. If you believe in Cursed Totem, if you believe that it's underplayed, heck, if you believe it's overplayed and it doesn't actually deserve a slot, let us know in the comments below. We are here to open up that door of conversation, especially when you call us out for confessing our weaknesses as an MTG podcast and calling it Christo BS. Father, forgive us, for we have sinned. All right. We're moving on. What was the next thing we're talking about?
Oh, well, there's so many cool things we have on our to-do list. The coolest thing, I think, is a Chatterfang. Let's do it.
Let's do the cool thing first.
All right. Let's talk squirrel.
All right. I am not the pilot steering this ship. And so here are the reins. I've passed them over on camera.
Yeah. Ooh.
To you.
Leather. Warm from your hands, steering the ship. Well, now it's a boat. Chatterfang. We love it. It's been around for a minute. MH3 got us the 2 and a green squirrel 3/3 with Forest Walk. Does come up more than you think. One or more tokens would be created under your control. Those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens are created instead. So it is a combo magnet. If you can make a token, Chatter can combo with it. And for 1 black mana, which makes this a Golgari commander, and sacrificing X squirrels, X can include the Chatterfang itself if you are in a desperate mode. Target creature gets +X, -X until end of turn. So super easy to kill stuff if that is your goal of generating value. I've always been aware of this card. I always thought the card was fun ever since. I think I said MH3. I should have said MH2. That is what I meant. Yeah. So it's been around for a minute, and it got a pretty glorious reprint in Bloomburrow, which was my reason for trying to build the deck in a powerful manner. Should I one day ever pull myself a gilded foil Chatterfang, this will be a permanent deck in my rotation in a heartbeat. But for now, it is just online.
Yeah, this is like the best artwork. This is the best artwork I think I've seen on the card ever. Like, I will say MH2, funny story about Chatterfang. At pre-release, I thought this was the truth. I thought Chatterfang was the truth, right? I read the effect, was like, oh my God. And then pre-release prices came out, it was $40 for an etched foil. Oh, I spent it. I bought it. And then it cratered to like $6. All right, tell us.
You believe this was the truth, as you phrased it. What has pushed you away from this sense other than that price tag?
The price tag. It's exclusively.
Okay,
the feel bad from wasting $34.
Sure.
Yep.
But in this deck, we have a couple options. We can either do Hulk stuff, or we can do Broodlord stuff. Our favorite way, which one could be a mono black pile, doing so in green, adding that Hulk potential in there. We get to utilize that brand new Cabbage Merchant we've recently seen.
Oh yeah.
And play a creature pile that gets hosed by a Cursed Totem. That's exactly what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of it is Golgari good stuff. I'm trying to make this as strong as possible with the goal of repeatedly jamming. If I lose, if I get stopped on my turn 3 win attempt, you best believe I am attempting again on turn 4.
Yeah, nice.
50% of the deck is mana, and about a quarter of it is tutors. So until you can find those pieces, aggressive mulligans are more than welcome here. We are trying to push as frequently and as often as possible. Only on 26 lands, which I think, Menace, you would be super comfortable with. It's just a touch low for me. That's probably the biggest thing. I should shave a card for a land, in my own humble opinion.
Well, let's see. You're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dorks. I would, if you're going to be at it, so this is where I would sit with this, but you're on also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana rocks and a carpet of flowers. So I'm not absolutely against 26 here. But the chances, if you don't have 3 mana, if you don't see your 3 mana to get Chatterfang, and you don't see your line, then you have to mulligan, right? Because there's no chance and no sense in risking like 2 mana, no rocks, and pray to God I pick up a land. No, it's risky, but that's the best decks. The best decks are risky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we would call this. The deck list I sent you is called Fatter Chang. I think of it like Rogsai. Like, oh, does this hand do it on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4?
When you told me that name, I just imagined a very happy David Chang.
This deck is meant to go fast. It is meant to push. We are not looking for windows. We are smashing the door open, and you better have instant speed creature removal in order to stop this. I wasn't a hypocrite. There is a nature's claim in the deck. You got to eat your vegetables sometime. But other than that, most of this is just gas and protecting your turn. So I'm interested in shopping this. I'm interested in continuing to iterate and find different paths forward. And I think Chatterfang isn't super recognized by the higher power community because there are other options created by adding a color that do similar things. But in a nice, tighter Golgari package, I think this has legs. I think this can really stand up.
Yeah. So my 2 questions for you to kind of keep this ball rolling. What are your Hulk piles and what are your Broodlord piles?
So if you can resolve a dead Hulk, activated Sleeper is part of your first.
Yep.
And then the rest depends on what you have on board already. If you have absolutely nothing, you can go activated Sleeper, sack outlet, kill the Sleeper, finish the Hulk pile. Anything that combos with your Chatterfang will do it here. So you've already got the sack outlet. If you go grab a Milker and a Pitiless Plunderer or a Warren Soul Trader, you have it made in the shade. Marionette Apprentice, Blood Artist, Zulaport Cutthroat, they're all your payoffs. If you have nothing, Warren Soul Trader and Activated Sleeper is a standout pile because you get to Hulk again, and with the Warren Soul Trader already on board, you go get any Milker. Then when you're sacking creatures to make treasures that make squirrels, you're going net neutral in life and draining all of your opponents.
So I was thinking along the lines of those. Sorry, no, Chonky stepped on the board. It actually contributed to the show, so I'm going to leave that in. Thanks, Chonky. All right, so my first thought is like that first pile, right? You go Warren Soul Trader and your Activated Sleeper, right? Grab that, sack the sleeper for the Warren Soul Trader, and you get a treasure. So 1 mana, then you get to act. You get again, 1 being Eternal Witness, something small and something small, right?
Okay.
And then you play the Eternal Witness, or the Eternal Witness enters. You get the activated sleeper back, and then you sack your 2 small things. You get 2 more treasures, and then you can cast the sleeper again and get another roll. So you could, if there's no interaction at the table, or if you happen to run into a Dosin, if that becomes part of your pile, like that becomes really interesting too, where it's like, yo, Eternal Witness, thank you, 3rd activation. And that might seem redundant or unnecessary, but honestly, if it's 3 1-drops and one of the 1-drops matters, like it's a Carrion Feeder or Viscera Seer, it's like, no, you did take a step forward into putting together a more protected pile. That was kind of my thought. With that, it'd be really fun. You have that potential here.
Dosin was one of the most recent ads. It is a super dangerous card if you're not winning. So it's like a Hulk pile exclusive when you play that Dosin out. Unless you're policing super hard with chatter. And then the Broodlord lines, that's copy and paste from every other list. So we get our sacrifice and we make a bunch of mana. You saw in half the Broodlord. You get your Peer into the Abyss and your sacrifice, or your Metamorphose into your Peer into the Abyss. Draw most of your deck. And find a way to win with half the cards in your library in your hand. It is a means to an end that gets you the missing piece. So there's usually a couple of things that are needed. A way for your sacrifices to drain your opponents, Chatterfang, and then a way to make a token. As long as you can do those things, you are off to the races here, and everything else in the deck tutors it or puts it in the graveyard or reanimates it, gets you there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I love it. The ability to create tokens. It looks like in your creature piles, you really only have the Cabbage Merchant, Gilded Goose, and that's it, right? For your creatures?
Yeah. I mean, we can go into every example, but Orcish makes you a token.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
The Marionette Apprentice makes you a token.
Oh,
but
Fabricate.
Yes, the token generation is not the theme here. The token generate, like if you see me make a token,
it's probably ending.
There should be alarm bells. Somebody should be concerned.
Sure.
We're not trying to make value creatures. That's why there's no Cryptolith right in here, right?
Warren
Great
Soul
2 mana enchantment, but that's not the goal. That's not our plan.
Yeah, no, Warren Soul Trader. Obviously, I'm an idiot. So, yeah.
You're doing a great job. But yes, if there are tokens being made, beware.
Yeah, you're
Something's
doing great
about
too.
to happen.
All right. Obviously Chatterfang is the truth. Like, you read the card and you do what it says, and it will lead you to the promised land. One thing to think about. I want to propose this now because it makes for a really fun line, not necessarily the best line in the world. I love the Maskwood Nexus.
Sure.
It says pay a black, sacrifice X squirrels. Now, what if everything was a squirrel? Huh? Your sack outlet's in the command zone for Protean Hulk. Wow. Yeah.
What do you mean? Just give the Hulk +6, -6.
That'll do it.
The biggest hangups, I think, if we can be critical of this deck, is the low land count. The Collector Oof is not a turbo card in a turbo deck, but if we don't have it and we're on a mull to 4 or 5, Oof isn't a terrible thing to do until we can get there. You have a way to get rid of it. There's 100 ways in this deck to sack a creature. We can get rid of it when we need to, but all of our lines are super dependent on there not being an oof in play.
Right.
So that is something I'm kind of on the fence on. It's definitely like a 99th card.
All right. Any final thoughts on Chatterfang?
Be a bully. I want to hear why you think this deck isn't good, or you think the build restrictions, the requirements I put in here, the lines could be optimized. I want to hear that. I want to get better. So your feedback, critical, helpful.
Yes. If you've played Chatterfang, if you have jumped into the pool and seen the truth for what it is, then jump in the comments down below and let us know your thoughts. Or hop on the Discord server and join the discussion over there. We'll make sure we have this list available in the Golgari channel discussion, or in the Golgari channel. So if you didn't know it, on screen, if you're watching on YouTube, I put my hands up like this, like I'm riding one of those motorcycles with the really high handlebars. Because generally, guess who rides those? Bullies. All right. Next, we wanted to kind of do a rapid fire section of hot or not. And if you guys like this section, let us know, because we would like to continue doing it. But we had a question for hot or not. This is for brackets 3 and 4, unless otherwise mentioned. If it says cEDH, or if the prompt were to bring up or discuss cEDH, then obviously bracket 5. So Rampage, would you like to take it away as our game show host here and take us down the hot or not lane?
Yes, come on down. You are playing hot or not. You got an applause button on that?
I do.
Oh yeah, dude. Your first question. In an attempt to win 600 YouTube subscribers. That is what on the line. Your question is, hot or not? What do you think about a soul ring in every deck?
Oh gosh.
You have.
Oh gosh, there, Rampage. That's a question I didn't prepare for. You got lifelines out there? Can I call my family? See what they think about this one?
Yeah, call your friends, call your family. You have, let's say, 8 decks built. I think that's a pretty average number for many players. You got 8 decks built, and they range from 2s to cEDH. And each one has a soul ring. You know, you're coming on the Discord, you're jamming games. We've got a lot of talented players in there that are playing strong decks. Each of your decks has to be as competitive. And what is more competitive than a $1.22 soul ring in your deck, giving you more mana than it costs to cast it?
You know, I think that there soul ring, the way it plays sometimes can make you the target if you drop it down early enough. And everybody likes to see a turn 1 soul ring. So, you know, when I don't really like to play too many 4-color or 3-color or less decks, but I really enjoy a 4th color. So I'm going to say not. I don't think it's that good. Care for me to explain?
What would you consider better than a soul? You think a soul ring is bad when you get into higher color decks?
Yeah, I think that when you hit 4 or 5 colors, like a lot of, you know, like if you're playing fun decks, even bracket 3 or 4, and you're like the Shrine, like the Heibai, and sure, it lets you get to Heibai a little bit quicker, whatever, but it doesn't actually contribute to the activated ability. I used to play Soul Ringless Atraxa. So like the 4-color proliferate Atraxa, and it never helped. It never helped. So I eventually cut it. And every time I build that deck for funsies, which is never fun, it's never fun.
Start off fun.
But I I generally cut it. Like, all right, I just generally build it without it. It just doesn't really help all that much. Soul Ring is a crutch. It's a deck building crutch. It's like Upstart Goblin. If you have ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! And before, did Upstart Goblin get banned? Is that a banned card now?
I think it's at 1. It's been a minute, but I think it's at 1.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar and have never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Or are wise to the ban list in that game, there was a card called Upstart Goblin, and in that game, you don't spend mana or resources to play cards. If you have the card, you can play it. So Upstart Goblin was a spell. Was that right? It wasn't I can't remember exactly. Instance. I don't remember the card types. Spell. It's a spell, right? And it said you can draw a card and give your opponent 1,000 life. And well, that made your deck, because you can run 3 of, that made your deck 3 cards smaller. So you were able to run lines that were far more efficient. You had less chance to run into chaff. And if you ran into an Upstart Goblin, it's like, hell yeah, dude. My hand size is just 1 bigger now. In 1,000 life, what's that do? A lot of the combos just end the game. They don't actually, or the amount of damage is irrelevant. The amount of life they have is irrelevant. So that's what I think. That's what I call a deck building crutch. Now, Soul Ring doesn't actually, give your opponent life or anything like that. But it's sort of your amount of life, and this is where Mana Crypt is also that way. It's a card that's so good. Why would you build without it? Right? And so everyone's under this preconceived notion that yes, it is ban worthy. It could be. And it's so good that you would never really consider not building without it. And so I would implore everyone, build without it. See what happens. Just take it out and add some spice. Add a spicy card. Something that really gets you going. Something that's fun. Like Song of Creation. Like that'll really get you going. Or for, another example, there's a really, like if you're in Sultai, Grave, whatever, play Titan's Nest. Give Titan's Nest a try instead of Soul Ring. Yes, is it higher? Does it make your curve a little bit higher? Yes. All cards that you replace it with are going to. Give it a shot. It's in every commander deck, and at this point, I'm just convinced that Wizards of the Coast does that, so they have to print 2 less cards alongside Arcane Signet, or create 2 less cards, or the deck lists become that much easier for them to make. And there's no reason it should be $1.22. There's 1,000 million bajillion Soul Rings that have ever been printed. There's no sense for it being expensive. Ignore Soul Ring. Learn how to build without it. You're fine. It's like learning how to cook without an Instant Pot. They did make pots and pans. Better. Yeah. Makes you a better deck builder to play without it.
I have to say I agree. So a Soul Ring in every deck. Menace, what do you rate this? Hot or not? Soul Ring in every deck.
Hot being that you should.
Yeah, you're pro. When you build a deck, Soul Ring's the first thing you add.
I'm gonna say not. A lot of my lists do have Soul Rings because I want them to be fast and I want the curve to be low and I want to be aggressive. But when I'm building fun decks, it's not. Like I generally don't use it.
I think if you're in I agree. By the way, I think if you're in cEDH, Soul Ring in every deck, you have to. It's not hot or not. It's what's correct.
Yep.
What I think is incorrect, and I will fight this till the day I die. Your Rico does not need a Soul Ring.
No. If anything, it just
play it.
Yeah. It prevents you from hitting more damage, or it prevents you from. You know how many Soul Rings I've seen off the top in Yuriko? It's a surprising number.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Soul Ring is a great transition to hot or not question number 2, which is the staple overload. And what I mean by that is put Soul Ring in every deck. Yeah, sure. But what about every other card you put in every deck? Okay, I'm going to build an Esper deck. Okay, what am I going to put in there? Go to Moxfield, make a deck. It's an Esper deck. I'm going to put in Esper Sentinel. I'm going to put in a Smothering Tithe. I'm going to put in a Rhystic Study, a Mystic Remora, a Demonic Tutor, a Vampiric Tutor. Like, I'm just going to put in all these good cards. Oh, what's that deck? Oh, yeah, I built a fairy deck last night. Here, look at my list. Look at my fairy deck. Yeah. Oh, Esper Sentinel, not a fairy. Forget it. It's just a good card. I wanted to make sure I put that in the card. Oh, Rhystic Study? Oh, it's not even the fairy artwork. What are you doing? You know. So when you go to build a deck in this 3 or 4 range, what is your opinion, hot or not, on jamming the staples in?
I do it all the time. Like it's unfortunate that I do it. So I would say that the staple overload is hot. Whether or not you should do it, it really depends on. I think that the line you said before about Soul Ring and cEDH, it's that it's correct, right? And so when you want to build a deck for power, or you want it to be efficient, you want it to be a machine, then yeah, the staples are correct. Unfortunately, I hate to say that because I do the same thing when I'm thinking Esper. All the cards you named, and then on top of that, because you don't have dorks, Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal. Okay, Lotus Petal goes in. That means I'm on a Displacer Kit in line. Dark Ritual. Probably playing Teferi as well if I'm playing Displacer Kit and Lotus Petal. And then all of a sudden it just, Chain of Vapor, Mental Misstep if I'm being an asshole. Like there's a few, like the list, it just keeps building itself because there are so many good generic cards. Now, if you're trying to build like a fairy deck, like around Alayla, which it's been a minute since Alayla has been mentioned on the show, but Alayla from like Throne of Eldraine, this is this old ass commander here, nearly ancient. One white, blue, black, 2/3 flying, death touch, lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. Whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. The ceiling is high, right? You play Bitter Blossom, you get a fairy. On your upkeep, you get a fairy. It's like they're Blind Obedience. You can play stacks like crazy, but then you start looking at other stacks in higher power. But if you're playing a Layla in a 3 or a 4 fashion, jam some freaking fairies. Well, now you have one really good generic fairy and Fairy Mastermind. So, but play in the enchantments, play in the artifacts, like play, I don't know, some freaking changelings. Like have fun with it. So I don't think that while I do, I am the advocate for Sanctum Weaver. It's because like I put it in decks because it actually provokes and promotes creative lines. While I can still have some, like, I can still put some power behind the mana generation. How many Enchantress decks do you see at your table other than when you're playing against me? It's very little. If you've, but that's why I put it in there. Is I'm like, I really want to focus in on enchantments. I think they're strong. I think they're underappreciated. Boom. Sanctum Weaver in the deck. Is it staple overload? Absolutely. But it's for a purpose. It's to keep my mind fresh. And this is ultimately what staple overload has done. It has crippled you. You are out there in the world. Listener, dear listener, you are out there in the world. I don't have a mute button. Let me try that again. You are out there in the world, dear listener, and is a barren wasteland, a wasteland of deck creation, a wasteland of staples, of soul rings, Rhystic Studies, Smothering Tithes, demonic tutors, vampiric tutors, worldly tutors, mystical tutors, game changers, as they call them. And guess what? You are without hope until you look to the sun and you see the MoxStars on the horizon walking towards you, and they have cleared the wasteland behind them. Grows up a meadow of exotic flowers, of deck building opportunities. That's all I've got. But yeah.
No, I think that's a great way to phrase it. So, the MoxStars movie coming in December 2025.
That was epic as shit, dude. That was epic.
I'm hyped. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing popcorn and a sody pop.
This May, May 1st through May 3rd, you can come see the MoxStars in Las Vegas premiering at MagicCon, where we will have Soul Ringless decks without game changers, and the sickest tokens of all time.
This is the MoxStars podcast, the #1 podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering, Dr. Pepper, and monster truck rallies.
I worked 100 hours this week. This is what you get.
Staple overload. I feel you. I feel like if I'm building something that's under supported, pre-avatar, if I wanted to build an ally deck, I might incorporate a lot of staples to like kind of like support it, give me some sort of frame, because I don't have all the options. I'm not building a beast 5-color deck. That would be pretty easy. There's a lot of beasts in 5-color. But if I want to do something like allies pre-avatar, I need to throw in some Esper Sentinels and Rhystic Studies just to like get the engine going, so my deck can show off, so my deck can do its thing, and I can compete at these 3s and 4s.
Yeah, I was actually an advocate for that when Mana Crypt was still around, because there was no way to piece together, like there weren't this like the flood of cards and content wasn't as in a lot of the strategies and stuff like that weren't supported in the way they are now. And so, yeah, I always used to be an advocate to be like, hey, use these 6 or 7 cards to to glue everything together, right? Because this strategy is too slow to exist on its own at the table when you're wanting to play with 3s and 4s. But with Mana Crypt, with Soul Ring, with fast mana, you can prop up these like less than efficient strategies and still have fun with them the way they were designed. But yeah, now there's some more stuff out there. There's definitely some more support. Now I wish they just make Afflict support so I could build my dream Afflict deck.
Yeah, I think the best solution for an under-supported mechanic is card draw, just letting you see more cards. You have more options, and staples do that. That's why they're staples. Card draw is good.
Hell yeah.
All right, the last one in my hot or not. Menace, what is your take on the Monarch mechanic? So we introduce Monarchy into the game. Monarch says at the beginning of your end step, if you are the Monarch, draw a card. We just got these Monarch tokens in. We're going to be giving them to everyone who asks.
At
Send Menace a
MagicCon.
note in the Discord if you want a copy of your own. But when you have that, when that shiny noble with his staff and his MoxStar pendant is being passed around the table, is your game better? Worse? Is it more interesting? Are we enabling the person who is already ahead by giving them more card draw? What is your hot or not take on Monarch in general?
I'm going to actually give this one a hot. Like, and it's not because we produce a token and I want to sell tokens. Like,
that helps, but that's not all.
Like, by the way, super sick token. If you buy just one, it's 3. If you buy 10 or more, it's 2. All right. Anyway, I do think it's a hot mechanic in the current atmosphere of the game. In the current atmosphere of Commander, there needs to be something to keep the game moving. I don't like to partake in like dirtling fests. Like,
Sure.
Dirtle games suck. And so I think the Monarch, unfortunately, it only really, like, I think it really only exists at the like 3 mana. Like, I think that's most common is when he gets like turn 3. Turn 4 is when the Monarch can really come into play. At that point, I think it's a little too late. Like, and so that would be my case for it being not, but I do think it's really, really hot. I think it's an incredibly hot mechanic. It's so hot. if you're able to put it down, like in a bracket 3 game where the expectation is for the game to go past turn 6, 8, 10. I think it's important, the card draw, to keep the game moving. Whoever holds on to it the longest generally has the most advantage, right? They get to see more cards, get to see more information. Now, if you knew this, but in Magic the Gathering, that's the most valuable resource you can have, is information. More cards, more information, more options. So, it's definitely awesome. It can definitely be one of those things that helps the person who's already out ahead, like, maintain that presence, but they also become the target and 3 people gang up on them. So, yes, I think it's a really hot mechanic, underappreciated. I don't know if it's underappreciated. I just think that there hasn't really been any Monarch stuff being printed lately because Wizards of the Coast is only concerned with printing Universes Beyond junk into Standard. And as long as they do that, they're never going to actually put the Monarch in Standard, because then it would just be a punch fest back and forth who gets an extra card. So, yeah, it's until Wizards of the Coast is doing, like, we're going to get more Commander decks in Lorwyn, but I really wonder if the Monarch would ever, unless it was a reprint, from a while ago, I don't think we're going to see any new Monarch cards in Lorwyn. Just, but I would like to see it more, I guess, is ultimately what I'm saying. I think it's a really hot mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah. Agree. I put this one on here because selfishly, I think it is one of the best things for a 3 or 4 Commander game. And I think that for 2 reasons. Let's forget about the Monarch for a second. In a Commander game, 3 and 4, how many times does it get to your turn and you have to go back to the person who took a turn before you and ask, didn't you want to swing? You have a vigilant creature and that player's wide open.
Yep.
Don't you want to swing? Why aren't we swinging? Jam. Oh, I have this one that I'm not going to use. I didn't use the mana. My Llanowar Elves is just going to sit there. I'm going to jam it at somebody. I have to. We got to keep the game going. You should be attacking.
Yeah.
And I think the Monarch facilitates that. It's like a reminder to swing.
Yeah.
Because when you swing,
card advantage.
Yeah. When you swing, your cards are down. So now somebody can swing on you. And now they've swung. So their guards are down. So you can swing on that. It keeps the game rolling in an interesting way. If somebody wins and everyone has 35 life and the only damage they took is from fetch lands, I think that's a boring game.
Yeah.
I think if we've dealt damage and gained life and drained and somebody's One Ring has hit them for like 15 so far, like, this is interesting. This is making the game fun. It's memorable. You're always on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, take notes, Wizards of the Coast. This is how you make an interesting out-of-game mechanic, or an interesting non-permanent base mechanic. All of the Enter the Dungeon stuff, just look how quickly that fell flat. There are very few cards that are actually impactful in that way. And now you have, like, this, it was a very good mechanic implemented a long time ago, like the Monarch being what I'm talking about. But we need more things like that. I feel like taking the initiative just doesn't do the same thing, even though it was created in the spirit of the Monarch. It doesn't quite do it where in the same way that the Monarch does. So,
yeah, I would rather you keep the initiative than me have to remember what room I'm in.
Now
you can just have it.
Yeah. Now on the I know you said this was the last one, but on the show doc, there's another one, and it says hot or not, rule 0 conversations. And I'm just gonna straight up I'm gonna just end this one. I'm gonna say not, because, and we're not even gonna have a conversation about it, because rule 0 conversations very rarely ever happen. It's a not thing. It's like, rule 0 is a thing. Does it happen the way it should every time? No, it doesn't. No. Hey, you want to play 3? You want to play 4? That's the only conversation that happens. There's nothing beyond that.
That's kind of like a rule 0.
Yeah.
Super awkward. I went to a casual commander night in town, and what are we playing? Oh, we're about 3.5. Not quite a 4, but 3.5 range is what we're playing. Oh, okay, cool. All right, this is my deck. This is my commander. What I'm trying to do is do a bunch of enchantment stuff, and I'm trying to draw some cards. And the win condition is Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. And then everyone else for Ricketts.
Yes.
So who's going first? I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yes.
You know, I thought we were like, you know, trying to make sure everyone's comfortable and having a good time talking about our deck. Oh, I got some combos in here. Or nope, combos. Just it's all mana ramp. It's a stack, whatever. And then I do my spiel, and then.
Hey, brother, you just exposed yourself to 3 competitors at the 3.5 table.
For no reason. You're right. It's not going to matter whether they know it's coming or it's not. Like,
yeah, rule 0 is a big knot.
Yeah, I think it could be powerful, but the problem is humans, is the interactions we make, the things we have going on inside our head that aren't spoken. Like there's hiccups to rule 0 that don't make it as easy as it should be. And if you're not regularly doing it with your pod, it's something they come to expect and begin doing it themselves when you're playing randos, man, forget it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. To close out the show, we have... Drum roll! We have a mailbag! Rampage! You bought some cards this week, my dude.
I did. I partook in TCG Players Cyber Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So I told you about my list. Cards I think are neat. I put on a list, and then eventually I'll order all my cards at once, kind of try to save on shipping. And some of those came in, so I just want to talk about them. I think some of them are cool. Some of them are slept on.
Yeah.
The first one I want to talk about is City of Traders.
Oh,
I finally picked one up. This is the second City of Traders I have purchased because the first one I received was a fake. I talked about it on the Discord channel. I said, hey, make sure you're checking your cards, especially when they're a little pricier. If they're over $100, you should be looking at them through a loop and doing the dot test and doing the lamination test and making sure you can see everything you're supposed to be seeing. If what I was told and what I've found to be true, if it doesn't feel right, chances are it isn't right. You handle hundreds of Magic cards a day, very likely. You know what a real Magic card feels like. And if it doesn't feel like that, chances are it's not real.
Yep. Yeah, there's, like looking through the loop, like using those little monocles to check your, like the authenticity of your cards. Or you can do like everybody does on Reddit and floods every subreddit with a picture of, is it real or not? I just bought this. Is it real or not? And someone will answer it for you as long as you take a picture of the T on the back and the green dot on the back. If you are wondering what the significance of those are, I don't have images up on YouTube right now, but I'll do my best to search for it as I describe it. The T on the back of the card is solid. Like the line on the left part of the T, the vertical line on the left part of the T, the shaft of the T.
Yep.
Yeah.
T shaft. Yep.
The T shaft, the left side, is solid. It is a solid line, no pixels, nothing. Right? Now, on the green dot, here's a better... if you're on YouTube with us, I've pulled up what you're looking for on the green dot. And on the green dot, if you're able to get a clear enough image, on the left side of the green dot, there are 4 dots. like just on the border, the black border of the green dot, there are 4 little bumps. All right. And then to further clarify what is real and what is not, the shine, the white part, the glisten of this green dot, on the top right portion, there should be an M right there in light green. All right. So hopefully that helps everyone out there clarify, and also mitigates the number of posts that I see on Reddit about whether or not a card is fake. I'm tired of seeing it. It's my entire feed is people.
It is amazing what you can fix with a Google.
Yeah. Fix it, like Google, whatever. Or learn. Use your brain. Oh my God, is it real or fake? And then if you took the picture, here's the big kicker. If you took the picture and submitted it, the image is clear enough for somebody else in the world to be able to tell that it's real or not. If you just Googled it real quick, you could look at the image yourself and figure it out real quick. I got down. Oh, go ahead.
There's a real or not TCG subreddit.
Yep.
Which is just people doing exactly what you said. And then the answers are always, well, did you do this test? Well, did you do this test? Well, did you do this test? And it's the ones you listed. You can do it. Also,
just do
your $1.50 uncommon from Dragons of Tarkir, not fake. I'll guarantee it's real.
And if it's not real, it's going to cost you more to get the proxy. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, a 25-cent card. Is this real? Like, brother, just play it. You bought it. You got it. It is sufficient. Use it. That's it.
The next card I got in my mailbag is an Ebon Stronghold.
Oh, what'd you say?
Ebon Stronghold.
Oh, it sounds
it's
like
land.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have no idea what this set symbol is, but it doesn't matter because the foiling. Oh, ooh, Lord, this thing is gorgeous.
I know what it is.
What is that set symbol?
It's the premier deck series called Graveborn. It's the skull, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, but the art on this thing, the effect is, take it or leave it. Glam comes in tap. Not the best thing we can be doing. Can make you a lot of mana in a pinch. But man, pretty. I've gotten to the point now, I have enough decks. It's like, how do I get the pretty version in here? You know, I don't gotta scheme and plot and try to make the deck the most maniacal thing I can do. I can make it shiny.
Yes. That was my first venture as a Magic player. I was like, food be damned. I want this deck to glisten in the sun. I want to bend that thing in the light, be mesmerized. Yeah, I can see how this one would be really pretty. I've never seen this one in person, but yeah, the blue and green columns next to the stronghold itself, I imagine, are beautiful.
Yeah, they are. You should see them. They remind me vaguely of, you're going to help me with the name. We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
From the vault.
Umezawashite got printed in a foiling type called
From the Vault.
From the Vault. Okay. The vertical, the I assume you have the pictures on screen. The vertical lights that are shiny and foily.
Yeah.
Give the Vault vibes.
Yeah, it is a lesser appreciated type of foiling that they've gone away from. I'm not sure if they're even able to recreate it again. It was like a once in it, like they had it, the technology in that era, and then they just abandoned it. They said, we are not investing in this garbage. Did you see how poorly that From the Vault set sold?
Yep. Yeah, it kind of happened all at the downturn. We lost Harambe, and then we lost from the vault foiling. So we took some L's after we lost that gorilla.
Yeah. Also lost the internet. Anyway.
Because you and I are talking.
Yeah.
YouTube problem. My last card, we'll wrap up since you don't have any internet left, is Driven / Despair. So Driven and Despair. Does your Scryfall work at least?
No, that's what pooed out on me.
Right, so on screen, if you're watching us on YouTube, it's one of these slashy sideways cards. So it's got one card on top. That's what you play from your hand. And then it has Aftermath, which you play the sideways bit from your grave. So we're clear. I do not care what the graveyard piece does. What I do care about, and I don't know why we're not talking about this more, is Driven. The green part. 1 and a green, 2 mana, sorcery. Until end of turn. Creatures you control gain trample, which is cool, which is fun. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Woo!
Play that card. Play that card. That card's so good. Play that card.
Play it. I'm pretty sure I put you on it.
What if you pay 2 mana for this card and you attack with 3 creatures?
3 cards, baby.
Incredible ceiling. Like, just value this out. Oh, I'm gonna hit my land drop now.
Yep.
It's so good. And then the Despair side, which doesn't even really matter, but the fact that you get the front first, at least once, great. Till end of turn, creatures you control gain menace. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards the card.
It's crazy. And like, here's the thing. This card, I have been a huge advocate for it for a long time. Because like you said, for 2 mana, it has such a low floor, right? It can be played early. I played it in Hapatra, which is where I thought, holy crap, this thing can like do work, right? You have Death Touch snakes and they get, they're 1/1, so the trample doesn't really necessarily matter, but it's like you're swinging out with Death Touch snakes. How many people are going to block? Right? How many people are going to actually try to lose or like actively lose their blockers? So, or lose their creatures. So yeah, they got through a lot. And then for 2 additional mana on the following turn, 1, you make your Death Touch snakes way harder to block because you give them menace. And 2, now you're threatening their card advantage, where you were just presenting yourself with card advantage. Now you have turned to them and said, call an ambulance, but not for me. It's you, baby. I'm taking your cards. So like and you swing through with a Patra, you get another snake off of it, another neg1 counter, snipe another creature. It was just, I mean, they came from the same set. Aftermath was a Amonkhet mechanic, but yeah, you can do them both in the same turn. Like that's also a really great thing about the card. It's like you can play it at sorcery speed for the first, and then the same main phase, play it from the grave. Now you have menace, trample, and deal combat damage, draw a card, and deal combat damage, make your opponent discard a card. So the flip is like the card advantage, the parity breaking nature of it it's crazy. So I feel very passionately about this card.
2 mana. Why isn't this in every list I see? If you're doing 3s and 4s in Golgari and that card isn't in your deck, what are you doing? What's better?
Not a lot. Not a lot's better. It's like if you're in Golgari, you're probably playing some big dumb stuff anyway. You might just be in Aristocrats, I don't know. But if you're playing Golgari, you should be playing Hapatra. Maybe the best Golgari commander out there. But you get some really sick upside with this card, regardless of as long as you're including green and black. And if you're including 5-color decks, this is still busted. Like Go Shintai. Imagine a Go Shintai where you have all these little 1/1 shrine creatures, and then you're like, yeah, now they are going to draw me cards and you are going to lose a bunch of cards. I think it's an excellent card.
Yeah.
And
anything you can like lord those shrines up a little bit, if you can give them +1/+1, then it's super worth it to give them the combat effect and the discard effect in the same turn.
Yeah. Also, added benefit, if you're in mill strategies, if you're in Sultai, you don't need to get the first effect. You can actually, like, it ending up in the graveyard due to a mill effect is not the worst thing in the world. It's still active in your graveyard. So, yes. Love cards like that.
I'm glad we could put that card on.
Yes. Well, seeing as Scryfall has timed out and will no longer allow me to search for Magic cards, I believe we've reached the end of the show. What do you say, Rampage?
If you stayed this long, thank you so much. We love having you. We love discussion. We want to add to it. If you have something you want us to talk about, a topic you would love to see discussed, that's what the comments are for.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We're crazy. I'll do it. I'll do it again.
Oh. It's not that we have run out of ideas. We don't run out of ideas. But our ideas are not always the best sometimes. Sometimes our supporters' ideas are better than ours. So I want to give you that credit. And we will give you that credit. We'll shout you out on the show. In what show is this?
I don't know. Something for one podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering, Dr. Pepper, Macho Man Randy Savage impression, Hot or Not lists, and Cheddarfang.
Oh yeah! It's the MoxStars podcast, the #1 podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering and Dr. Pepper.
That one does a number on my does a number on my vocal cords. If you would like,
I like how we went from like throat sickness injury last week to this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're back, baby. Full force. I'm good. My eyes are watering because of how much stress. I can't imagine the cream of the crop rising to the top. How that guy's vocal cords did not just disintegrate. Like maybe they were disintegrated. And he was just forcing air through shredded shrapnel of vocal cords. I do not know.
But what I do know is if you would like to support the show, you can find us on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more notifications.
You can also find us on all podcasting platforms, where you can leave us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool. And you can also support us on on our Patreon platform by becoming an official Pepperhead. For $3 a month, you can become an official Pepperhead, support the show, and you get that thing. You get that thing in a Discord server. You get your name to turn Dr. Pepper Red, and you join amongst the ranks of Pepperheads, such as Gabe, Mac Oyen, Definitely Jeremy, Mono Greg, Ravenlift, UWP Quirt, Will Rule, Poolboy Barry, Maybe Anthony, Ryan G, and Adam. So, yes, thank you all.
Cool folks. I love them so much. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.